Hello, this is Zamanzadeh from ZZNetworking.com. In order to see better, press this icon to view full screen. Now, we're going to pick up where we left off in the last video talking about aggregate functions. In front of you is a table. You may want to pause this video and copy this down to either a Word document or write it down so that way you see the different aggregate functions and what they can do. For average, it calculates the average value in a column. For count, it determines the number of rows in a table. For max, it determines the maximum value in a column. For min, it determines the minimum value in a column. And for sum, it calculates the total of the values in a column. Now, why don't you go ahead to your SQL screen, command screen, and we'll continue where we left off. Now, in the last video, we used these aggregate functions, which are built into Oracle, one at a time. We could also use them together. For instance, in this following code, you see select, sum, balance, average balance, max balance, min balance, and count all rows from the customer table. Hit Control-Enter to execute, and you can see here in the bottom pane, it gives you the sum of all the balance column, the average balance for the entire table, the maximum balance for this table, and the minimum balance for this table, and also counts all the rows in this table, which we have 10 rows. Now, suppose, once again, we want to change the header because we don't like seeing sum of balance, average balance, and the header for these computed columns. Well, once again, we can go ahead and use an alias. So go ahead and code the following. It's going to give us the same results, the same values as you see down here, but with just a new column header. Hit Control-Enter, and now it looks much more readable, where as opposed to having the sum of balance, we have total, and instead of an abbreviation of average, we have it spelled out, same for maximum, minimum, and instead of count, asterisk in parentheses, we have total customers. Now, one thing that helps us when using the count function is when we use the distinct operator. First, before we do that, let's go ahead and select all the columns from the customer table so we can see the entire table in front of us. Now, suppose, for instance, we want to find just the zip codes. We just want to deal with zip codes. So you select zip from customer. And here we can see a list of all the zip codes by themselves. Now you notice that on the bottom of the screen it says 10 rows returned. Another thing you should notice is that there is one duplicate value. For instance, here we have the zip code 90654 listed twice. Well, suppose we only want to list each of our zip codes once. How do we do this? Well, we could use the distinct operator. We say select, following code here, we say select distinct zip from customer, in which case we're going to have 9 rows returned, and these two values are only going to be listed one time. We execute this command, scroll down, and you see that 9 rows were returned, and that one was listed only one time as opposed to multiple times. Now, in addition, this comes in handy when we're using the count function. If we code the following, select count zip in parentheses from customer, the top code, you're going to see that 10 rows are returned. However, if we don't want to display duplicate values, we only want to know how many zip codes we're dealing with, we say select count, open a parentheses, put the word distinct, open a second parentheses, put the column name zip, close both parentheses, from customer, and that will give us a count of 9, since there are 9 different zip codes for our customers. Now, it's important to understand that there's two ways of going about this. We can use the distinct keyword, but we could also use the unique keyword. Distinct and unique are exactly the same. To prove this, let's go ahead and say select, in the top code, select unique zip from customer. We select this and execute, and we get 9 rows returned. Now suppose we want to find how many zip codes we have. We could say select count distinct in parentheses and then zip in parentheses from customer, or we can substitute the word distinct for unique, as I've done so here. Select count open parentheses unique open second parentheses zip, close both of the parentheses from customer. We execute this and we get once again the value of 9. So distinct and unique are very helpful when you're using the count function. So let's go ahead and now select everything from the customer table. And just as a practice on your own, you may want to pause the video. Just to practice, try finding the average for the balance column on this table on your own. See if you're able to do that. If you were able to do that, go ahead and unpause your video and I will do it for you. Select AVG, that's average, balance in parentheses, from customer. And there we get the results. Now, let's go back. Select all from customer. Now just for practice, see if you can now find the sum of all the balances for the customer table. See if you remember how to do that. Pause the video, and once you solve it, unpause the video, and I will do it for you again. Select sum balance from customer, and here's the result. Let's once again go back to our video, to our full customer table. Now try and use the maximum function. Try and find the maximum balance for this table. Pause the video, and when you're done, unpause it, and I will do it for you. Select max, in parentheses, balance, from customer. And here we get the results. Let's go back again. Select all columns from the customer table. Let's now find the minimum balance for our customers. Pause the video, and when you're done with that, unpause it, and I will do it for you. Select min balance from the customer table, and here we have the results. Let's go one more time and select all columns from the customer table. Now let's find the total value, the total number of rows for this table. Pause the video, and when you're done, unpause it, and I will do it for you. The way to do this is to say select count, asterisk in parentheses, from customer, and you get the value of 10. Thank you for your time, and may God bless you.